Kare chwada gini chadi chiel.
Ni dana ai bumper ni. Ai logo bumper kwa sababu kada onge gini na malumu ya kada kuna bei. Ana logo reveal no. Logo reveal. Really news ni right. Logo reveal ya.
This is Btv-Kenya, your home live TV.
Good night and welcome to Vibrant. Sorry for that. Good night and welcome to News at 9 here in Btv-Kenya with me, your host Gagi Isaiah. Now tonight we have a lot that we had in store for you in regards to what happened across the Republic of Kenya. Now before we get into that, remember you can reach to us on Btv-Kenya, that's on a YouTube page, and subscribe. Remember also to leave a comment so that we know where we are reaching you from. You can also reach us on Facebook page, that is Blackman TV Kenya. Now as we proceed on what we are having for you in our news bulletin tonight on 3rd of February 2023, news at 9 is that beginning from news all the way from Ocean Gishu, where Senator Aaron Cheriot has dismissed former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua proposed political coalition, calling them dead on arrival. Speaking to his constituents on Monday, Cheriot questioned the viability of Gachagua's alliances, suggesting they lack necessary political backing to succeed in the current political landscape.
And the opposition, which he dismissed as engaging in mediocre politics.
Kama lineup yenu ni ile tuliona hii wiki Karen, ati inaongozwa na ule mtu wa mitego, ule aliiba mbuzi ya Uhuru, na Kalonzo, sijui na Wajakoya. Ati hao ndio watu tunashindana nao. Ikifika ni hao, tutamwambia rais, tafadhali wewe enda lala nyumbani, wajia sisi hii ni sosa. Hao hata sisi tutafagia mambo hao uweze kuisha. Na wewe ambaye ulikuwa naibu wa rais, wacha hiyo vitisho yako bana.
The king of the politics of deceit is none other than Rigathi Gachagua, and we say we must stop that, and we support the government of the day to implement the plan so that these people from all the walks of life can have a meaningful gain because of the plan.
Wale ambao wanaendelea na propaganda kuhusu maneno ya SHA, kwamba SHA haifanyi, lakini waje niwaambie wale wanaongea hawajakuwa admitted kwa hospitali, na nataka niwaombee hata wao wakuwa admitted, wakilipiwa watajua SHA inafanya.
Where Finance Cabinet Secretary John Mbadi has hinted that the upcoming Financial Bill 2025 may not include any new tax adjustment, stressing the government commitment to not to burden Kenyans with additional taxes. Speaking with the Bunge la Wananchi at Jivanji Gardens in Nairobi on Monday, CS Mbadi acknowledged the challenging economic times but emphasized that focus should be on sustainable growth rather than increased taxation.
Is what are some of the challenges, especially in terms of taxation and tax measures? When you talk to Kenyans now, what is in the lips of everybody is that we are being overtaxed, and that the resources that we give the government, we don't see the value, that services are not being rendered. I want to engage you today to listen and hear from you. Apart from the challenges, apart from the problems, what do you believe would be the solutions to some of the challenges that we face as a country? Let me just take 2 or 3 minutes to break down a few things. When this government took over in 2022, there were a lot of challenges. One of them, and which is very critical, is the issue of public debt and the debt servicing costs. This government took over at a time when budget deficit, as per the budget estimates of 2022-23, was 925 billion shillings, which is almost $1 trillion. Imagine an economy like Kenya borrowing a quarter of its budget every year to finance its activities. Number two, this government took over when already the government was showing signs of defaulting in paying Eurobond. I'm sure you are aware of this, which almost caused economic meltdown in this country. The shilling traded to 160 per dollar because of the signals that was sent to the economy that the government was going to default. And the window had been closed at that time. So that default, even though we avoided it, we must make sure, because going forward, some of you have heard me mention that Kenya, we will only have a breathing space between 2034 and 2048. Why do I say so? Because in 2027, there is going to be a Eurobond of 900 million to be paid in May, on May 22nd. That is the deadline. The following year, 2028, in February, 9 months later, we are paying another Eurobond, 1 billion, which was taken so many years back. Then, that is 2028. 2029 is 1.2. Then 2031, we have 1.5. And then 2034, we have another 1.2. So the only time that we don't have Eurobond to repay is between 2034 and 2048. As a country, if we are responsible in managing our finances, we cannot wait until 2027 to be able to retire or pay some of these debts. If we do so, the second thing is, where are we now? Are we doing okay? The answer is no. We are not doing okay, but we are better than yesterday. Why do I say we are better than yesterday? There is this rating that has come out from the Moody's. Some people think ni mushene. This is not mushene. This is factual. But how was this informed? The credit rating is all about the ability of a country to repay its debts. And that can only be assessed from certain parameters, from certain fundamentals. The key fundamental is inflation rate. Our inflation rate has showed signs of coming down. It was 9.6 in October 2022. The prices were increasing. That is what we call inflation. The prices were increasing at the rate of 9.6%. That has come down now to 3.3%. That has given a good indicator to the market. The second one, and I want to move very quickly. The second one is, how does government borrow? What is the rate of interest? Remember, just a few months ago when I took over office, we were borrowing at 15.6%. The government was borrowing through treasury bills, the 91-day treasury bill. We were paying 15.6%. Today, as we speak, that has come down to 9.5%, below 10%, single digit for the first time. That has given good indicators that we can be able to borrow money cheaply to retire expensive loans. Because what we are doing with the domestic borrowing is we are borrowing to repay what we have. So if you are borrowing cheaply to repay an expensive loan, that is the only way you can get out of debt trap. Even at home, if you want to come out of debt, ile fuliza, tuanze na Shylock, kabla tujaenda fuliza. If you have a Shylock of 30%, you go for fuliza, isn't it? Say fuliza charges you 12%. If you find a friend who can give you the same amount, and you only pay 5%.
News brings us to what happened in Kajiado, where Kajiado Governor Joseph Olelenku has told a section of senior county members of the staff engaging in 2027 campaign to either stop or resign from their administrative roles. Speaking in Narok, Olelenku said the priority should be delivering services to the electorates.
Sasa hivi bado muda mrefu siasa ikuje kuliko ile watu wamefanya kazi. Wacha kazi ifanyike, siasa ikifika twende kwa siasa. Lakini saa hizi tukinyima siasa itujengee shule ya chekechea, tukikoroga siasa iende na daraja yenu, tukisukumana na siasa ipotee na kazi ya Njoroge na kazi ya wengine, na bado miaka 2 na miezi 8, wapendwa, hatujafanya ungwana. Hatujafanya ungwana. Kama kiongozi wenu, na niko na heshima kubwa sana kwa nafasi hii mmetupatia, bado tuko na nafasi ya kufanya kazi.
Now, we move back to Nairobi, where after the 2019 pandemic, the coronavirus that set a stage and led a lot of organization not functioning, 23 research teams starts an initiative with an aim of ensuring challenges and needs of women are at the forefront when formulating policies for development. Speaking during a 3 days event in Nairobi, stakeholders said the meeting will help generate solutions in the context of preparedness from the past and future pandemics.
This initiative is not just about research, it is about action, ensuring that the voices, challenges, and needs of women are at the forefront of policy and development.
RISE is about women's health and economic empowerment for a COVID-19 recovery that is inclusive, sustainable, and equitable, 3 very important words. The initiative is one of the Government of Canada's contributions to global efforts to ensure an evidence-informed and equitable recovery from COVID-19.
We greatly love the model that connects academics with decision makers in government to learn from each other what it takes to do good science, but also what it takes to drive change. And that it's not always the presence of good evidence that results into change, but it's relationships, it's negotiations, it's consensus, it is learning politics.
Move back to Uasin-Gishu, where a section of Kenya National Union of Teachers (NAT) demonstrated on Monday in Uasin-Gishu to show their dissatisfaction with their health insurer, that is Minet.
I would like to say all our complaints are directed to Minet, our cover. We would like to go to the hospital that we used to go to ease on the congestion. Like my co-presenter has said, it is about congestion and lack of medicine. Ukiangalia hizi magonjwa sugu, watu wanachukua dawa karibu wiki kisha. Lakini saizi walimu wameenda pale, kwa hiyo hospitali hakuna dawa. Swali ni, je, tutazidi kuumia kama walimu na tunastahili kufunza watoto? Asante.
The main issue why we are here today is because of the directive by our insurance Minet, directing teachers that they should go to police to be given referrals to different hospitals. We came because the teachers were crying and we wanted to find out whether it was true. And when we reached the police hospital, a very small room, there was a congestion, there were children crying, there were school children crying, and there was no help being given to them. At Police Hospital in Eldoret in Zion Mall, most of the doctors there are clinical officers. Other teachers, female teachers, have chronic diseases like diabetes. Others have kind of problems, and they could not reach their doctors because of the supreme direction by our insurer. Now we remained asking ourselves as teachers that our government had given us to have our own insurance to cater for our needs, but then the monopoly that is being directed by Makil or by Minetes and our insurance is something we refuse with totality. For example, I had a teacher from Kitale, Trans Nzoia coming because Eldoret has the major hospitals. But then when she went to the hospital of her choice, she was told to go back to Police. And she was in a very pathetic situation. 3 of the teachers were diabetic, non-diabetic patients. They are not supposed to be referred. There are no medicine at Police. And therefore they were told to go to Life Care. Reaching Life Care, they were turned back again to Police. And they could not get the medication for diabetes. And they were telling me, Madam, it's like I will collapse because she didn't have medicine for today. So it is very embarrassing for our insurer to direct us, and like it is a modern day slavery to teachers, because we are busy teaching and we want, when we come to see our doctors, we are given a free choice. We can be given to choose whether we go to MTRH, Top Hill, we go to St. Luke, we go to Real, we go to Life Care here. It should be a choice made by the teacher, because I believe when you surrender your salary to the insurer, then the insurer should give you a choice, that your own choice, and the choice of doctors you'd like to attend to you. Leave if the insurer does not give us the right answer and the right directive to restore what was there before. I believe all of us will be here at Minet office to demand our right with all the teachers.
We transverse to Kisii, where Kisii women representative Doris Odonya has challenged the school leavers from the county to take advantage of vocational courses that can help them make a living. Speaking while presiding over a joint accreditation ceremony between her office and National Construction Authority for Kisii South Sub-County, where 600 artisans received accreditation certificates.
Ribika, utafute plumber, uone ile kazi anafanya, unalipa kweli kweli. Even kwa hizi countries zenye zimeendelea, the highest paid people, nilikuwa nimeenda safari US, mtu wa kukata mti peke yake na hiyo machine na kila kitu, wanalipwa kushinda ma-engineers. Mimi ningesema tujaribu kazi zote. Usikae hivi hata kama umemaliza university.
Okay, now moving on to matters of sports, where we say good news for Kogalo, as Gor Mahia Football Club has officially unveiled its new head coach, marking a fresh chapter for the iconic Kenyan club. The new coach, Senisa Mihik, was introduced to the media on Monday, with club officials expressing confidence in his ability to steer the team to greater heights.
No doubt, this is something beautiful. I'm so proud, grateful for that, and I know it from before. Yes, that not so many clubs in Africa has that reputation. So Gor Mahia is one of that, and I'm very happy to join the Green Army.
As usual, the aim of Gor Mahia since inception is to win leagues and also to develop players and then to improve our financial status. I've had a very useful discussion with Senisha Miha on this, and I'm so impressed that he knows really what we want. So what we expect is, at the moment we are third in the log. We don't want to be there. In a few days' time, we want to be at the top. And you know, when we get to the top, it's very difficult to dislodge us from there. That is my expectation.
On Kogalo, the Green Army marks the end of our news brief bulletins at 9 on Monday here in Btv-Kenya. And we hope that our Green Army, Kogalo, is going to put more effort, and the coach with his ability is going to make the team to move to the top. Now, you can also, thank you so much for watching and keeping tuned to BTV. For News at 9, we hope you had what you needed to hear for the day. And just before I get out of this seat, I want to remind you that remember to keep tuned to BTV, as we will give you updates of what's happening in the Republic of Kenya and beyond. And also we offer a range of services such as online live streaming. We also offer video coverage. We also offer services such as printing and also branding. Remember to reach out to us so that we can give you services that we offer. Thank you for keeping tuned to BTV. Let us meet tomorrow in the morning in the vibrant morning. Have a wonderful night.
This is Btv-Kenya, your home live TV.